So for atrophy flaccidity syndrome, like the points on which meridian you'd like to choose. On which meridian, points on which meridian. That is good for the atrophy flaccidity.
是肾经吗？kidney?
No kidney. Think about it again. Like which meridians full of qi and blood?
任脉。
No. Which meridian?
Qi and blood.
中脉。
Which one? Which one? I didn't get you.
中脉。
No. Regular meridian. The main meridian, not the extra.
Spleen?
Yeah. Like when we started like the channels, right? Start this part, I think in fundamental theory class. Like talk about the meridians. And usually the young meridians will have more, contain more qi and blood, right? So yeah, right. Yangming, right?
我没听明白全问题。
Okay, no problem. So Yangming meridian, right? Yangming meridian full of qi and blood. So for atrophy flaccidity syndromes, we like tend to choose the points on stomach meridian, large intestine meridian for the flaccidity. Yeah, so let's see. External like contraction of warm heat, long heat damaging the body fluid. Then there's like there could be flaccidity. Sometimes like when people have a high fever, right? High fever, and after the high fever, the patient could have the atrophy flaccidity syndrome. That's because the lung heat damaging the body fluid. Right, some case, after the high fever, and they have flaccidity syndromes. So the first one, lung heat damaging the body fluid. See, look at here, the points, large intestine, and here stomach. Damn heat, yeah, damn heat. Damn heat, the flaccidity syndrome is like, it's more like the lower limbs. Let's see if it's here. Weakness, having swelling of the legs, numbness, cloudy urine. Okay. So if that heat for that heat is like the lower limbs, easy to these pathogens easy to affect the lower limbs. Lower limbs, right? The lower limbs, the legs, right? The legs, because the dampness, right? Dampness, damp heat, because the nature characteristics tends to go to lower jaw. Right, the lower jaw include the limbs, lower limbs. Right, for the heat, for the dampness, damp heat. Stomach and spleen deficiency, not enough like channel blood, right? So we tonify the spleen and stomach. Did we finish this one? Deficiency of the liver and the kidney. Slow onset. I think we finished, right? Yeah, we finished this part. Yeah, this one, usually that's the yin deficiency. If you talk about the liver, kidney, usually that's the yin deficiency. Right. If we together, liver and kidney together, usually that's the yin liver and kidney yin deficiency. Right, so see the tongue, red tongue, scanty coatings, ready, and rapid pulse. Right. That's the typical yin deficiency tongue and pulse. So that means red tongue, scanty coatings, ready, rapid pulse. That's the typical one for yin deficiency. For yin deficiency, also there's other pulse like floating deficient pulse. Sometimes that still means there is yin deficiency. So we tonify liver and kidney. Yeah, we can use some point to tonify the yin. SP6 goes here. SP6, kidney 6, those ones. Yeah, kidney 6 would be good here. Alternative methods, skin needle therapy, tap on the points above with a skin needle with a slight moderate stimulation until a mild redness can be seen. Treat once every other day. Electroacupuncture, select a point within the affected area, treat with filiform needles, and stimulate with electroacupuncture with an intermittent wave. It has different waves, right? This one, intermittent wave for 30 minutes, treat once a day. 10 sessions constitute a full course of treatment, 10 times. Intermittent wave, right? Intermittent wave. So it's good for atrophy, good for paralysis. Lifestyle recommendations: stay away from damp environments and avoid being attacked by exogenous pathogenic factors to prevent and speed up the recovery of wave flaccidity syndrome. Since wave flaccidity syndrome always relates to long-term dwelling in damp place, like stay in the damp place. And the external contraction of the pathogenic warmth, heat, and dampness. Okay, so that's the first one. Second one, for those with life-threatening conditions who are confined to bed and have a bucketing during swelling and dysphagia, turn their bodies over frequently, right? And encourage them to expectorate in order to prevent phlegm dampness from accumulating in the lung and prevent body bed sores. For those with acute complete paralysis, keep the affected limb warm and keep the worm in a functional position in order to prevent limb contracture and joint rigidity and to aid in functional recovery, and avoid chilblain or burn that may easily result from skin numbness and perceptual disturbance. Okay. Okay, it's okay, this one.
像这样的病人，就是长期卧床不能动的，就是连给他是不是做这种就是轻微一点的这种按摩会更好啊？就像老给他翻身呐、做这种按摩推拿。
Yes, right. If they even they have atrophy flaccidity, right? They still can move, but some of them will totally lose the function. So that's kind of a paralysis, right? So for those patients, they stay in bed for a long time. Yeah. Do the massage. Massage is good. Always help them to turn their bodies. That will be good. Third, encourage the patients to do appropriate exercise, play Tai Chi or Wu Qin Xi, right? 5 animal exercises or mild conditions tap the affected limb gently by hands and frequently promote circulation of channel blood, since weakness of muscles may affect the functional activity of the limbs, and lack of exercise may obstruct the flow of channel blood and worsen the symptoms, possible causing myoatrophy. First, keep a peaceful mind, avoid overexertion, have a regular lifestyle, eat a bland but nutritious food, and stay away from greasy, hot, and spicy food. Okay. So that's the Wei syndrome. So next one, we'll talk about the consumptive disease. All right, 虚劳 consumptive disease. Consumptive disease, also called 虚劳 虚暑, is a general term of multiple chronic and debilitating syndromes resulting from functional failure of the Zang organs and the deficiency of qi, blood, yin, and yang. So let's talk about deficiency. Always think about qi, blood, yin, yang. Western medicine, those that present with chronic consumptive and functional failure involving multiple systems such as tumor and HIV, AIDS, AIDS. Etiology and pathogenesis. Congenital weakness, weak constitution. So the patient has congenital deficiency, or if they have congenital deficiency, and they're easy to have acquired disease. Right? Or overstrain, malnutrition. So overstrain and sexual indulgence, or improper diet, emotional disturbance, weak constitution after disease. Right, emotional, like for example, like overthinking, right? Overthinking will damage qi blood, will damage the spleen. Spleen is the source of qi blood. So for this one, like overstrain and sexual indulgence, which organ like will be affected by this one? Which organ?
Kidney.
Yeah, that's the kidney, right? That's the kidney. Improper diet, which organ? Which organ you will think about first?
Spleen.
Yeah, like stomach, spleen, right? Stomach, spleen. Emotional disturbance. Emotional disturbance here, that's still like talk about the like spleen, stomach, especially spleen, if overthinking. Or worry, right? We're thinking worry. Weak constitution. After disease. Right? If there's like because of, for example, weak constitution after disease, like if there's a heat, right? Heat pathogen, like stay in the body for a long time, right? So it will consume the body fluid, consumes the in blood. So for these reasons, patient could have yang, qi, or yin blood deficiency. The impairment of the upper body affecting the lower body, impairment of the lower body affecting the upper body. The first one, let's see, the first one, that's the qi deficiency. Qi deficiency, okay. If there's a qi deficiency, what symptom you could see? What manifestations you can see?
Breathe.
Yeah, shortness of a breath.
Less tedious.
This one,
Less tedious, yeah.
spontaneous.
Spontaneous. Sweating.
Yep.
And less tedious.
Spontaneous.
倦怠乏力。Less
Fatigue.
Fatigue, yeah.
Fatigue. Yes, fatigue.
Pale tongue, wicked pass, and cold and that's a common cold.
Easy to get a common cold, right? So you see, this one.
And the voice. And the voice.
Yeah, low voice. That's one.
That is
Not want to work.
qi deficiency.
Yeah, that's the qi deficiency.
And pale complexion, also pale complexion.
Pale complexion. Yeah, and a weak pulse, right? So for qi deficiency, so for qi deficiency, usually will have like shortness of breath, right? Spontaneous sweating, especially shortness of breath. Right, shortness of breath, like the words after active. How you know that's the lung qi deficiency? How you know that's a lung qi deficiency?
Breathe.
Lung qi deficiency here, right? This one is more like related to the Wei qi. Right? Let's see here. Take a look at here. Lung qi deficiency leading to weakening of the Wei qi, Wei defense. If the Wei qi is weak, so it's hard for the Wei qi to keep the body warm. So if there will be like sometimes the patient feel cold, sometimes feels like a little bit of heat. So that means the Wei qi cannot adjust the body temperature. And also the patient's exterior is not consolidated. Right? For example, the Wei qi controls the pose, open or close. If not enough lung qi, that means there's not enough lung wei, right? Lung wei. So the function that is close and open the pose will be affected. If the pose you keep opening, so the patient is easy to get common cold in your times. So these ones, and also the spontaneous sweating, right? Spontaneous sweating still relate to the pose. So they all related to the lung wei, right? Lung qi deficiency, then there's a wei qi deficiency. That means the patient's exterior is deficient. Call it a deficient exterior, right? Deficient or exterior deficiency. Exterior deficiency, there's two types. One is the wind in wei. The wei is the exterior, open the pose. The second one, that is there's lung or spleen qi deficiency, then the wei qi will deficient. If the wei qi controls the pose, then patient could have sweating. And so for this situation, right, that's called and consolidate. And consolidate exterior. For these two situations, all right, they all belongs to exterior deficiency. This one still patient versus sweating. if the wind invades the exterior. Wind invades, this one actually that's the common cold. This disease, right? Common cold. The first disease we studied, common cold. So that means if a patient have exterior deficiency, this patient will, that means this patient has a common cold, or the second situation, easy to have common cold. Okay, that's this one. So to supplement the lung qi, let's see what point used. Lung point, area 7. Yeah, area 7, lung 7, that's a good point for the exterior, especially when the cold. Area 7. You still can use area I4, right? Area I4, area 7, that's a pair point. Then use LU9 because there's a deficiency. So use LU9 to, that's the resource point to tonify the lung. CV6 for the qi. This one for the lung. GV12 深柱，有个深柱。That's T36. This one for the qi. This one for the qi. This one is very rare to use 深柱. Right? 深柱is a good point for the keys. For the keys, 深柱is a very good point. All right, it will help the keys to grow taller. Right, you can focus on this point. So why is this one? This one could be a local point, right? So close to the lung. Can focus on this one. There's no problem to focus on this one.
Yeah, good for cold and bronchitis
Yeah.
and cramp and fever.
Yeah. So this one will like it's on the back and close to the lung. Can be used a local point, and it's GV point like GV14. If there's a fever, we can use GV14. And this one, it's good for tonify for the kids. Maybe that's the reason to choose this one. Okay, next one will be hard qi deficiency. Okay, so there could be qi deficiency manifestations like shortness of breath. The symptoms worsened upon fatigue, right? So worse after active. Everything, right? Everything, every manifestation symptoms worse after active. That's the typical qi deficiency manifestations. Lassitude, spontaneous sweating, right? Qi deficiency, a pale tongue and a weak pulse, right? Weak pulse for qi deficiency. So how you know that's a heart? Why not the lung? Why that's a heart?
Because of palpitation,
Yeah, right.
short presence, sometimes,
Yeah, palpitation. That's the
and
heart.
fatigue, lassitude,
Yeah,
and sweating,
the
pale
rest,
tongue, weak
the
pulse.
rest qi deficiency. Palpitation is the key symptoms for the heart. Only the heart can have palpitations, right? The lung will not have palpitation. Liver cannot have palpitation. So once you see palpitations, heart. Yeah, so you combine this one, you know that's a heart. And the rest, that's qi deficiency, right? So together will be heart qi deficiency. Heart failing to nourish the heart. Okay, qi failing to nourish the heart. I think this one's better. Qi failing to nourish the heart. Okay, what point you will use for this? So first, qi deficiency. For qi deficiency, what point you will use? CV6, ST36. Yeah, that's a good point for the qi deficiency. And for the heart, which point do you think is good? So we'll like tonify the heart. The first point, the first category, which category of a point you will think about if you try to tonify the organ?
心数
Which one?
Actual point,
Yeah,
心数
the actual point, right? The arrow 15, right? And we can use the anything else for tonify?
劳宫
And that's a yin spring point.
and that also like
腧穴大陵
front
Shimmen.
more point, like
神门是文系
PC 7,
一对
R7.
27原
Yeah, that's the
C6.
no
yep. We can use PC6 too.
那个不会
Right, those ones. So let's see what point to use here. Use a hard 5, Tony. That's the lower connecting point. PC6. And use BL15. And use CV6. And Danzhong CV17. And CV17 mostly we will use it for circulate qi in the chest. But you can still use it as a local point for the heart. R5. for the heart, right? For the heart. Part 5, good for the heart qi. Part 6 or heart yin. Part 7, heart blood. Part 8, heart fire. 9, for open orifice. Still for the heart mind, right? You can see the heart mind. Yeah, part 5 is a good point for the heart qi. So next one will be spleen qi deficiency. A reduced food intake. What's this one? Reduce the food intake. We always use which word, which sentence? Appetite, right? Appetite. Gastric discomfort after eating food. Discomfort like there's a little bit of distension. Gastric distension. Lassitude, loose stool, sallow complexion, pale tongue with a thin coating and weak pulse. Yeah, sallow, this color, that's the spleen color. Right, this one all shows you like there's a spleen problems. Appetite, loose stools. That's 2 key symptoms for spleen. And we know that's a deficiency because of weak pulse. Weak pulse, that's qi deficiency. So put it together, well, spleen qi deficiency. What's the general pathogenesis? General pathogenesis. General pathogenesis explains what happened in the body, right? If there's a spleen qi deficiency, what happened? That's the pathogenesis. So for here, if the patient has a spleen qi deficiency, then spleen's transportation will be affected.
Can be also stomach.
Yeah, that's called pathogenesis. Okay. Yeah, there will be questions. Are you prepared for that? There will be questions ask you, oh, what's the general pathogenesis? Right, for here, spleen qi deficiency, that is spleen qi failing to transport and transform water and food. Then the patient leading to consumptive disease, right? Can you write leading to, because this happened, then leading to the disease. The disease here, that is consumptive disease. Okay. So general pathogenesis explains what happened if a patient has this syndrome. Then what happened? Patient has spleen T deficiency because this is syndrome. So because patient has this syndrome, then like the spleen failing to transport and transform water and food. Okay, then because this happened in the body, leading to the disease. The disease you can like change it. For this one, that's the consumptive disease. For other disease, you can change it to other disease. Treatment principle. So we know the general pathogenesis. We know what happened in the body. So we know the syndromes. So for here, that's the spleen T deficiency. So we strengthen the spleen and supplement the Qi. Right. We target the spleen, we target the Qi. That's the treatment principle. For example, if the patient has Qi stagnation, what's the treatment principle? What you need to do if the patient has a Qi stagnation, for example.
0.17, extra 0.17 and SP10.
That's the prescription. That's the prescription. Okay. This is so big. Treatment principle. You hear that, the treatment principle. What do you need to do? Treatment principle. If there's Qi stagnation, Qi stuck there, accumulate there, it stop there, somewhere in the body. What you need to do?
Block.
Do
obstruction.
to circulate
Qi.
Qi, right? Qi stuck there. Treatment principle, we need to circulate the Qi. And the prescription, that's the treatment plan, right? What you need to do, right? You can use liver 3, for example, right? Liver 3, CV17, CV17, to circulate the Qi. So, 中文 CV12, SD36, SP3, SP6, BR20, 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 BR21. Okay, change it 21. Okay, change it to BR21. Like if you have practice class, you need to know, right, the whole process. Like you need to use the 4 methods, right? Ask a question, take the pause, look at the tongue, observation to collect informations. After you collect information, you analyze the information. After you analyze the information, you know the disease. Right? What's the disease? What's the syndrome? Right. You need to answer this question. Okay, what's the disease this patient has? Right. For example, stomachache, abdominal pain, those ones, that's the disease. So what's the syndrome? The syndrome could be qi stagnation. Okay. Once you know the syndrome, qi stagnation, you know the disease, you need to give the treatment principle. You will talk about the general pathogenesis. General pathogenesis, that's talking about, okay, this is syndrome. This is syndrome, qi stagnation. What happened in the body? And then leading to this disease, abdominal pain or stomachache, epigastric pain. Then, okay, the next step, you need to give treatment principle because there's a qi stagnation. We need to circulate the qi. And then we need to give the treatment plan. That's the prescription, acupuncture prescription. For liver 3, CV17 for the qi stagnation. And because the disease is epigastric pain, so you can use the point, right, for the middle jaw, like ST36, PC6, CV12, those ones for the disease. Then some points for the syndrome. Then that will be a complete prescription. Okay, you need to train yourself. You need to train yourself. For example, when you look at this one, right? You don't know. For now, you don't know the syndrome. You don't know the syndrome. You just know this information. Right? Let's see this way. Okay. Okay, you just know this information. You ask the patient questions, right? You take the pause, you look at the tongue, and you observe the patients, look at their face color, those ones. And you collect this information. And now you need to analyze this information. Okay. Now it's your turn to analyze this information. Then write down, after you analyze the information, right, you write down the disease. What's the disease? Syndrome. Yeah. General pathogenesis. Then treatment principle. Then treatment plan. Yeah. For any case, you needed to do this. Okay, after reading, what's the disease here? What's the disease? What's the disease? What we are studying right now?
consumptive,
consumptive disease. Right? What's the syndrome?
Lin qi
kidney qi deficiency.
Okay, kidney qi deficiency. So why is kidney qi?
The lumbar and the knee joints.
Soreness, weakness in the lumbar region and the knee joints. That's a very typical kidney manifestations, right? And how you know that's qi deficiency, not yin deficiency, not yang deficiency, not essence deficiency. Why is qi deficiency?
Pale tongue and weak pulse.
Weak pulse, urinary weak pulse. That's the pulse of qi deficiency, right? From the pulse. Anything else?
Lassitude.
Lassitude. This one's too general for sure. Actually, this one's too general. Any deficiency, blood deficiency, qi deficiency, yang deficiency, yin deficiency, even some excessive syndromes, they have lassitude, fatigue. Yeah, mostly it will tell you that's a deficient syndrome. But this one, for qi deficiency, that's too general. You just know, okay, lassitude could be deficiency. So here, urgency and the frequency of urination, right? Clear urine, clearness in leukorrhea. So this one, then the kind of, if talk about kidney, okay, remember kidney, there's kidney, like a kidney qi deficiency, kidney yang, kidney yin, kidney essence. Yeah, that's the deficiency for kidney. If kidney deficiency, the kids will talk about a lot about the urination. It's better like incontinence, in uresis, cannot control the urination, right? A lot, right? Pee a lot. That means the kidney qi cannot hold the urination. So that's why, if in a case, it always talk about the urination, that's the kidney qi deficiency. Okay, so from the pulse and from the urination, and even here, that means cannot control the discharge. So that's kidney qi deficiency. What's the general pathogenesis? General pathogenesis, that is talk about if a patient has kidney qi deficiency, how this kidney qi deficiency will like affect the body. So what happens in the body if patient has kidney qi deficiency? So this one seems there's a kidney qi deficiency. Then cannot nourish or the tendon and the bones, right? So that's why there's lumbar and knee joints soreness and weakness. And in the long time, the patient will always feel like lassitude. Then that means that's the consumptive disease. Okay, treatment principle. Treatment principle. If the patient has kidney qi deficiency, what do you need to do?
tonify.
Yeah, right. You're right. Deficiency, we need to tonify. So we need to tonify the kidney, right? Supplement qi, right? Or you can just use tonify the kidney, tonify the qi. Fine. Right. And what's the treatment plan for acupuncture?
PI3.
3, yeah, that's a good one. Right, yuan source point. Yuan source, we tonify an organ, use the yuan source point, we use the back shu point. Yeah. And
ST6.
that's T36 for the qi, right? Because that's qi deficiency, CV6 for the qi. Right, that's the basic points. Basic points. Okay, that's the whole process to do a case study. Yeah, read the case, read the information to know the disease, know the syndrome, give the general pathogenesis, give the treatment principle, then the treatment plan. So here, kidney qi failing to nourish the bones and tendons. Right, bones, that's kidney. Tendons, that's the liver. Still talk about kidney and liver. Kidney and liver. To supplement qi and tonify the kidney. Treatment plan. BL23, the backshoe point. Kidney 3, yuan source point. Use CV4 and GV4. Right, CV4 and GV4, that's still two good points for the kidney. For the yin and yang of the whole body. So general tonify points, still CV6, ST36. 治世, that's the point, right? Beside 23, right? For bladder, there's 2 lines on the back. If this one, that's a BL23. The second line, this one, what's the number?
52.
Right? How to calculate 29, 52. Right? You need to like add 29. So the first line is B bladder 23. The second line here, that's bladder 52. Okay, let's take a break. Let's come back 2035.
老师，一般的像这个，是不是咱们首选的先选肾属？治世就是相当于是它的辅助或者叫加强。
对，
可以这么理解吗？如果2选1的话，我就先选肾属。
肯定的，
是吧？
嗯，
它俩平行的，基本上是算是加强一点啊。
是这个意思。 Okay, let's start. So next one, we'll talk about the blood deficiency. Okay, before we start the blood deficiency, think about qi deficiency. Okay, with the first one, we talk about qi deficiency. Which organ has a qi deficiency? Which organs?
kidney, lung,
all the organ.
Which one? All of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lung.
Lung,
Can use the
heart,
five elements, right? The four organs start from the heart, spleen, lung,
lung,
kidney. Is there liver qi? Is there liver qi deficiency?
no,
No, right? Yeah. For this qi deficiency, we have a heart, spleen, lung, kidney qi deficiency. Second part, we'll talk about the blood deficiency. So first one, still the hard blood deficiency. Mild or severe palpitation. Poor memory. Insomnia, dream disturbed sleep. Lustreless complexion, pale tongue, sweaty pulse, noted and intermittent pulse. So when you say palpitations, that's the heart. Why is the blood deficiency like lustrous complexion? And if there's blood deficiencies, will be poor memory, insomnia, those ones, because the blood cannot nourish the heart mind. The ones you see noted as intermittent pulse, that's the heart. Okay, that's the heart. Heart blood filling to nourish the heart. So to nourish the blood and calm the heart mind. So we use a Shenmen heart 7, PC6, 巨缺 CV14, 鸠尾 CV15. And then we use CV4, BR17, BR20. So you see here, why use Geshu BR17?
blood,
Influential point, right? Influential point of blood. Why we use Pishu? It's hard. Why we use Pishu BR20?
for spleen.
Yeah, why we should target the heart blood? Why we use the 脾腧? Why we target the spleen?
Yeah, because the blood not enough for the heart can be also not enough for should to be 25 the spleen also because not enough also for the spleen.
Okay, any other student? Why we use 脾腧 here?
脾连的心嘛，脾的经，脾经。
Yeah, this one for the blood. I think this one still for the blood. Why we use the 脾腧 for the blood? Because the spleen, the middle jaw, is the source of qi and blood. It's not like the Western medicine. As a Western medicine, we can use like the blood transfusion, right? Western medicine, the blood transfusion for any like massive bleeding, loss of blood transfusion. TCM, we don't like do blood transfusion to tonify the blood. Instead, we tonify the qi or tonify the yuan qi. We tonify the middle jaw, right? Tonify the middle jaw to help the middle jaw to produce more qi and blood. So that's why we use BR20. Julie. Yeah, this one, that's the from point.
刚才没听清。
From we tonify qi. Tonify qi and middle jaw. Tonify blood. In TCM, right? We cannot just tonify blood directly. So we need to like tonify qi and the middle jaw to tonify blood. So that's why we use BR20. Can use BR21. Okay. 20, 21, that's the middle jaw. This one, 关元. 关元, that means the yuan original qi, yuan qi, original qi. We'll see before. Julie is a good point. So look connecting points, right? Connect. CV. So look connecting points good for the spirit, or the mind. Yeah, because like see in the treatment principle, we need to calm the heart and mind. Like in our treatment principle, there is calm the mind. So we need to find the point to calm the heart and mind. So let's take a look at this one. Dizziness, blurred vision, hypochondriac pain, numbness of the limb, contracture of tendons and muscles, irregular menstruation, or even amenorrhea, a lustreless complexion, a pale tongue, and very and thready and hesitant, choppy, hesitant and choppy. Copy pause. So now we can analyze this one. Right. Disease, syndrome, general pathogenesis, treatment principle, and treatment plan.
Okay, we start from blurred vision, that is for liver, and hypochondria, liver.
You see the liver, so liver. Okay, what's the disease?
Consumptive disease.
Consumptive disease. Okay, syndrome. Okay, liver,
Liver,
what?
liver chi.
Liver qi? No,
Deficiency.
no, finish qi. We finish qi deficiency.
Blood deficiency.
Yeah, blood, right? Liver
For
blood.
the
Yeah, disease, consumptive disease, syndrome, the liver blood deficiency. Right, let's analyze why liver. Why you say that's liver?
yeah, because blurred vision and hypochondria and numbness and tendon and mass regular menstruation. That's all for the
Yeah.
And a pale complex. Yeah.
Let's choose complexion. That's pale complexion. That's more blood deficiency, right? Pale, that's the blood deficiency manifestations. And the very pulse still, that's the liver, right?
And the 3D also deficient.
Thready, that's the deficiency. Thready tells you deficient syndrome. And hypospidity, that's the blood deficiency. Yeah. So when we talk about liver, you see that's the liver. You need to know, like we'll talk about the vision, the eyes, right? Eyes, that's the vision. We'll talk about the hypochondriac region, right? Talk about the tendons. And if there's liver blood, I'll talk about the menstruation. Yeah, liver, this organ is very important for women. So menstruation, only women have menstruation. So liver, think about liver. So here I need to clarify like if patient has menstrual problem, could be liver, right? But it still could be other organs like spleen, kidney, all possible. But for liver blood deficiency, it usually will affect the menstruation. So what's the pathogenesis? So liver blood deficiency, that's here. Liver blood failing to nourish the tendons and the muscles. Okay, so we need to nourish the liver blood. Treatment principle, treatment plan. See, here is 取全. We talked about this one last class, right? We can use liver 3 because that's a yuan source point. But in practice, liver 3 is always used for circulate the liver qi. And we can use liver 8 to tonify the liver. Can we use liver 3? Yes, we can. Right? This patient has a hypochondriac pain. And also use SP6 used to invigorate the blood. BL18 for the liver. Then use BL17. LI4 for the pen. For the wind, for the pen. This one for the wind. ST36 for the qi. GV20 for Bai Hui, for some like dizziness. For some dizziness here. This point use everything. So the most important one, we tonify the liver with use liver 8 and use BL18 to tonify the liver. Tonify the blood, we can use BL17, right? You can use ST36, tonify qi to tonify the blood. And the liver, this one for the wind, liver wind. We didn't see it very clearly liver wind here, but here in the points, we use the LI4 and the GB20 for the liver wind. And there's any other points. So one still can use liver 3. That's source point. And for dizziness, we can use the GB20. And for the liver, so the blood, SP6 can use here, put it here, SP6. Yeah, SP6 could be good for the menstruation. Okay, take a look at these points. Okay, good. Good, let's move to the next one. Ah, Okay, that's the third one. Talk about the yin deficiency. Okay, we finished blood deficiency. For blood deficiency, which organs has blood deficiency?
Heart, liver, liver.
Heart and the liver.
Liver.
Heart and liver. Right. Yeah, that's the main organs tends to have blood deficiency because the heart controls blood and the liver stores blood. Yeah. For some books, they have spleen blood deficiency because the spleen generate blood, but normally we just have spleen qi deficiency, spleen yang deficiency. Okay, for qi deficiency, we have which organ? Which organ? Which organ has a qi deficiency?
除了肝，
except the liver, right? No liver. And that's the heart, spleen, lung, kidney, no liver. Okay. The qi deficiency, blood deficiency. Now we talk about the yin deficiency. The first one, that's lung yin deficiency. Okay, take a look at this one. Analyze this case. Ready? When you're ready, you can talk about it. Who want to try?
Is cough, unproductive cough. That is,
Okay, this one tells
that
you.
is lung.
Yeah, that's the lung.
Dry throat is lung. Also,
Dry
it's
throat,
lung.
lung. Could be lung, right throat related to
Even
lung.
lose of voice.
Yeah, loss of
Hemostatic,
hemolysis,
bleeding, tidal fever, also night sweating,
idle fever, night sweat, flush, the face was
flash face, dry and red tongue. That is
spread in rapid pulse. What's this?
yin deficiency.
Yeah, so from here to here, that's the yin deficiency. And cough, when you say cough, right? Cough. Once you say cough, lung. So together will be lung yin deficiency. The disease is a consumptive disease, right? And there's lung yin deficiency. That's the syndrome. So why there's a cough? Because there's lung yin deficiency. Yin cannot nourish the lung. Then the lung qi go upward, rebelling, or lung qi rebelling. Then there's a cough. Right. So this one, that's a cough blood, right? Cough up, cough blood. Why there's blood? Where's the bleeding? Why there's bleeding? Bleeding usually there's two reasons. The first reason, that's the heat. Yeah, the heat. Think about the heat characteristics. Right? Heat, that's a young pathogen, will damage the fluid, will easy to disturb the mind and stir the wind, stir and cause bleeding. That's the heat. The second one, that's qi deficiency. Yeah, qi cannot control the blood, so the blood will leak out of the vessel. That leak out of the vessel, that's bleeding. Right? So this one. So for now here, hemoptysis, the bleeding, that's because 1 or 2.
Wow.
1, right? 1 is the reason for this type of bleeding. So what type of heat here is? Yeah, that's the deficient heat, right? Deficient heat, because see, thready, pause, deficient. So that's a deficient heat. General pathogenesis, lung yin failing to clear and moisten the lung. Clear and moisten the lung, then there's lung qi rebellion, then there's cough, like those manifestations. To nourish yin and moisten the lung, treatment plan. So that's deficiency. So we use LU9. We use BR13. Gohuangshu. Right, this one's good for the lung. So still use what? Weird. Shenju. Shenju, that's a GV. GV what? Shenju. GV12. Right? We talk about this one. GV12. Oh, this one. Use GV12 a lot for the lung in the consumptive disease. Okay. Right. When we started the lung qi deficiency. Shenju GV12. So for this practitioner who wrote this book, and he thinks the GV12 is a good point for any lung deficiency for the consumptive disease. Okay. So lung qi deficiency uses GV12. And the lung yin deficiency is GV12. Not a BL, GV12. And here the rest, this one tonify the yuan qi. This one yu ji, why use yu ji here?
Clear heat, or it is.
Yeah, to clear the heat from the lung. Because this heat is very strong. Even it's a deficient heat. The patient is cough blood. It's coughing. He's coughing blood. So we need some point to clear the heat, even it's deficient heat. Right. So area 10. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Analyze this one. Yeah, write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Disease, syndrome, pathogenesis,
heat,
Okay, what's the disease? What's the disease?
Consumptive.
Consumptive disease. Yeah, that's the disease. It's called consumptive disease. Syndrome.
Heart in deficiency.
Heart in deficiency. Okay. Heart in. So it's heart in, let's see heart in. How you know that's a heart?
Palpitations.
Palpitations?
Yeah.
Insomnia. Right? Okay, so how you know that's yin deficiency?
Tidal fever, night sweats, and red tongues ready repeatable.
Right, red tongues, ready, and rapid pause. Right? Okay. Flush the face.
Yes. Yeah.
If we continue to flush the cheeks, it's better. Okay. Flush the cheeks. Because in deficiency, usually just the cheek is red. Is it right? Cheek.
No see.
No C. Right? No C.
I see.
Flush the cheek. So that's still in deficiency. How about this one? Take a look at this one. Mouth, tongue ulcerations.
heat,
Yes, heat.
Heat. Yeah, ulcerations, that's a heat. Why? You know, you're like seldom, like rare to see these manifestations, right? Mouth or tongue ulcerations. So why here? Why just the here in this syndrome talk about the mouth and the tongue ulcerations? Why not talk about this one in the lung yin deficiency syndrome?
Because the
舌心跟
对
心
舌为心之苗，看怎么说呀？
那个
You could just see the lung the heart and the tongue, right? Heart and the tongue. Right, the heart opens to the tongue or relates to the tongue, right? That's the 5 elements. Heart relate to the tongue. Yeah, once you say tongue ulcer, especially tongue ulcerations, mouth or tongue ulcerations, that's the heart fire. There's a heart fire. So general pathogenesis. Palpitation, insomnia, that's the heart mind disturbed, right? So here the general pathogenesis, that is the yin cannot nourish the heart, disturb the heart mind. Okay. Treatment principle, what do you need to do? If it's heart yin deficiency.
So yin, 25 yin.
Nourish.
Right.
You will use nourish yin. Yin.
Mention of
25 heart and calm
mind.
Right? Mind. Calm the mind. Okay, so nourish yin. That's it. 25 the heart. What point you will use 25 the heart?
心疏。
心疏. Extra point. R6. Part 7. Right? PC 6. And this one all good for the heart. Then nourish yin. It's P6. Kidney 3. 6. Right? Calm the shin, right? Calm the shin. We use the, for example, heart 7. Yeah, heart 7 to calm the shin. Right. So let's see. Yep, we can clear a little bit the heat. So let's see the points they use. Heart 7, still use CV14, right? CV15. CV4, heart 6. Yeah, heart 6, that's good for the yin, heart yin. Right? Heart yin, we summarize. Heart 5 good for what? Heart 5 good for the qi, heart qi, right? Heart 6, heart yin. Heart 7, blood, right? Heart 8, heart fire. Yeah, heart 9. Well points. Yeah, open the orifice. And 三阴交 for the yin. Kidney 7. This one could good for this combination. Now let me ask you this question. Heart 6 and kidney 7 for what?
心肾不交
No.
No.
We started last class. And we summarized. Can't remember?
Sweating.
盗汗 night sweating
Yeah. Also night sweating. Because of the heart problem, we still can use heart 6 and as I3, right? It's still good for the night sweating because of the heart problem. Key 6 for the yin. Okay.
For night sweating is heart 6 and 3 small intestine.
Yeah, that's night sweat too. Night sweating.
And the phase of night sweating also is LE4 and kidney 7. That's what we take at last.
Both of these pair points for night sweating. Yeah. Why? Why is a hard point? Because the body fluid relate to the heart, that is sweat. Right. That's why I use hard point, hard 6. And then this two, that's the empirical point for sweating. And usually will combine with hard 6. Pair points. We call them pair points. Yeah, pair points. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at this case. Still analyze, use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see the first one. What's the disease? What's the disease?
Consumptive disease.
Consumptive.
Disease.
Yeah, consumptive disease. Okay. So let's see the syndrome.
Okay, lose appetite. This is for spleen.
Spleen. Okay, spleen. So you need to know
And
where's the spleen? Where's the spleen signs here?
yeah,
loss of appetite, dry tooth.
Okay. Dry stools usually not spleen signs.
阴
Like
阴
loose stools, that's
yeah.
yeah. Dry stools, constipation, no, usually no. Loss of appetite.
Use of appetite, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have for hiccup, itching hiccup, that's for the stomach.
Hiccup means
It's for the stomach.
That's the stomach, right? Stomach.
Also flash face, flash,
Flash the cheek,
dry tongue with sucker,
dry tongue with scanty or not
Scanty. coating, and 3D and rapid path.
thready rapid pulse from the pulse, flash the cheek.
This indicate for
That's a yin deficiency, right?
Yeah.
Yin deficiency. So together, well, spleen, stomach, yin deficiency. I see. How about the mouth and the lips?
it's also for spleen.
Yeah, that's spleen, right?
For lip orifice is orifice for the spleen, the lip.
Yeah, the mouth and lips relate to the spleen. So that's why the first sentence emphasizes on the mouth and the lips. So together, what spleen, stomach, yin deficiency? Deficiency, yin deficiency of the spleen and stomach. Yeah, for easy. Spleen, stomach, yin deficiency. That's easier. So damage to the yin of the spleen and the stomach, affecting their functions in transportation, transformation. Also, there's like we could see what happened here, pathogenesis. If there's retching, hiccup, the general pathogenesis for this, what's the general pathogenesis?
Stomach. Okay.
Because the stomach and the spleen cannot be downward. That way, it's become upward.
Okay, any other?
And the function
stomach qi ascending or upward,
Okay,
not can descending.
cannot descending. Okay, any other student? Yeah, okay, so that's the stomach qi cause rebelling, right? Stomach qi rebelling. Stomach qi rebelling, then there will be wrenching hiccup. How about lung qi rebelling? Lung qi rebelling, ascending, go upward.
Cough.
Yeah, cough, right? Stomach qi, that is wrenching, hiccup, vomiting, belching, right? Relate to the stomach. Yeah. Think about like when you have a hiccup, coughing, right? When you have like even I think hiccup, everyone experienced this before. You can feel the chi go upward, right? The chi from the stomach. So that is stomach chi rebelling. Very good. So let's continue. Let's see. Okay. CV6, CV12, ST36, PC6, or the middle jaw, right? For the middle jaw, we can obviously use this one. SP6, SP3,
25, yin.
Yep, this one 25 yin. How about this one?
Yuan. Yuan point.
Yuan,
Point of spleen.
yuan source point, right? Yuan point, yuan source point. It's tonify the good for the organs, spleen organs. Or we can use the backshoe point. Yeah, here is another backshoe point for the stomach. Okay, for the middle jaw and the middle jaw problem disease, we can use this 3 point. And because that's a spleen stomach, we can use yuan source point, backshoe point, Then we use a point SP6 on the spleen meridian and can tonify yin. Very good point, right? Okay, let's see this one. Okay, when you're ready, you can analyze these manifestations.
Consumptive disease.
Okay, consumptive disease. Okay, symptom.
Is the liver in deficiency.
Liver.
Liver in deficiency.
Okay, so why it's liver, not other organs? Why it's liver?
Headache, tinnitus, dry eyes, blurred vision,
Blurred vision. Yeah.
numbness of the limbs,
Numbness, right? Numbness of the limbs.
contracture of muscle and tendons.
Yeah.
And wiry pulse.
Repulse. Irritability. No, don't have to be liver. Yeah. So we can see headache, vertigo. So this one could be like the liver yang rising. Liver yang rising, because the yang tends to, if there's yin deficiency, right? If there's a yin deficiency, yin not enough, that's the yang will be relatively too much. And the yang tends to go upward. That's why there's a yang rising. Liver yang rising will affect the upper jaw, the head, like headache, vertigo, tinnitus, right? Liver yang rising because of liver yin deficiency. And when talk about the liver, we talk about the eyes, right? Photophobia, that's the eyes. Blur vision, that's the eyes. And also we will talk about the tendons, numbness, right? And muscles, tendons, contracture. If there's a contracture, that means there's liver wind. Right, liver wind. Numbness, that's the liver yin, cannot nourish the tendons, then there's numbness of the limbs. And if there's contracture, that's the wind, right? When there's a wind, liver wind, there will be like a shaking, tremor, contracture, spasm, those ones, convulsion, right? Tics, even the muscle, if there's tics, right? That's the wind. That's the liver wind. Flush the face.
Irritability not for the liver.
Irritability, usually that's the heat.
Okay.
Restless, irritability, that's the heat. Flush the face, that's yin deficiency. Red tongue, thready, rapid pulse, that's the yin deficiency. Very, that's the liver. Right. Thready, rapid, that's the yin deficiency. So together will be liver yin deficiency. Yep, take a look at yourself. Think about it. Good.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Okay. Hyperactivity of the liver yang. Yeah, that's the liver yang rising. Hyperactivity of liver yang. That's the liver yang rising due to yin deficiency, due to liver yin deficiency, disturbing the heart mind. Sorry. Excuse me. To nourish the liver yin. Let's see what point to use. Still use liver 3, yuan source point, liver 8, Hersey point, and use this 2 for what? This 2.
For
25 yin, right? Nourish yin deficiency. Okay, how about liver 2? Yeah, for the liver yang, because that's not just the yin deficiency. There's liver yang rising, liver yang, that's kind of a heat. And
And CD43 also for heat also.
Yes, we have this one, this 2 pair points, right? Always you can use these 2 together to clear the liver or gallbladder heat. Backshoe point is like the liver 8, liver 3. That's tonified liver. How about this one? TB20.
For the wind.
Yeah, for the liver wind. Okay, so this one for the liver, to tonify liver. These two for the yin, to nourish yin. In liver 2, GB43, these pair points for the targeted liver yang. And this one for the liver wind. Okay, let's cover this one. Cover the answer and analyze this case. Okay. Consumptive disease.
Yeah.
So what
Kidney.
organ?
Kidney insufficiency.
Kidney, right? Kidney, which aspect? Kidney. Kidney, what deficiency?
Blood.
Red tongue, right? Red tongue, thready.
Insufficiency.
Yeah, red tongue. Yin deficient. There's a deficient heat. Yes, that's kidney yin deficiency. Kidney yin deficiency. Let's see the kidney yin deficiency. Talk about the lower back, right? Soreness. Talk about the weakness of the feet, the knee joints. Rosy cheeks. Right, that's the yin. Also, let's say take a look at the here. Nocturnal emission. Nocturnal emission.
夜尿是吗？
Nocturnal emission. That's men's problem. Nocturnal emission. It's not about the urination. No. Men's problem.
遗精。
哦，起夜是起夜吗？还是什么？
遗精。
Yeah, right.
是遗精吗？
Yeah. The summarization. Let's see. So when we started the kidney, there's kidney qi, right? Kidney yin, kidney yang deficiency, kidney essence, essence. When we talk about the kidney qi deficiency, we just started the qi deficiency, right? We'll emphasize on which aspect of kidney qi deficiency.
Yang.
Now, kidney qi deficiency, what manifestations? Which manifestations we'll always talk about?
Gonna be deafness, tongue because in the air, and vertigo also gonna be like because orifice of the kidney that is the air.
Hamid, think about
Yeah.
kidney related to the lower.
To the also we have, yeah, we can have a problem also by the bladder meridian, also by the
Bladder, right? Bladder, there is what?
gonna be
Bladder, there's water in the bladder, right? That's the urination, right? So if kidney, there are many manifestations, right? Like lumbar, sore. That means that they all have kidney qi, kidney yin, kidney yang, kidney essence. They all have like soreness, right? Weakness better. Weakness or soreness of lumbar region and knee joints. Right? Because once you see these manifestations, you know that's a kidney. That's a kidney. But you need to find out that's a kidney qi or kidney yin or kidney yang or kidney essence. Right? So if this patient always complains the urination, right? For example, the inuresis, incontinence, frequent urination, always go to the washroom, cannot control the urination, profuse urination. That means that's a kidney qi, because qi cannot hold the water, the fluid, right? Kidney yin deficiency. Kidney yin deficiency, we know that you will be many like yin deficiency manifestations, like the red tongues, ready pause, right? The dryness, those ones. But for kidney yin deficiency, if we just talk about the kidney yin deficiency, patient will, for men, will have nocturnal emission. Okay, nocturnal. Which one is wrong? Nocturnal emission. Yeah, still talk about the lower jaw, the lower two yin, right? Urination, that's the lower one of the lower yin. Yeah. And then nocturnal, that's still belongs to the lower jaw, the lower two yin. And the kidney yang deficiency, there will be like impotence. So that's a men's problem, right? Impotence. Kidney essence deficiency. All right. importance. This one, E, not A. Yeah, and for the essence, there will be like how to summarize this one.
Heavy dryness.
草金吗？
不能生育。
This one is more like related to the still the reproductive system, like for men will has like no ability to have a baby.
喵的emesis
不孕不育。
Right, in Chinese, yes.
就是没少金，
And for the babies, for the kids, they will always have the growth problems, retardation, those ones. Yeah, the development, right? The development is develop very, very slow compared to the normal case.
It's what's called genital, something like this.
Yeah, for men and women, if they have kidney essence deficiency, they cannot like have kids, have babies if there's an essence deficiency. They don't have this function sometimes because that's kind of congenital. That's the DNA. There's something wrong.
So for women, it's not really have a kidney deficient and young.
Yes, they have. Still, there's kidney yin and yang deficiency. But
What is
the kidney is more important for men. Liver is more important for women. But it doesn't mean women doesn't have liver yin deficiency or kidney yin deficiency or kidney yang deficiency.
so for example, for women, what is syndrome like?
Kidney yin deficiency? Yeah, if kidney yin deficient not very like specific for women, they could affect the menstruation. Could be the reason. If there's yin deficiency, for example, because there's a deficient heat, the deficient heat will drive the blood running out of the vessel. So there's could be bleeding from the vagina,
Okay.
right? Could be, but then not like the men that will have these manifestations. They could have this general yin deficiency manifestations for women. Still, they can have weakness, soreness, lumbar, and knee, right? Except this one for men. Women don't have this one.
老师，那肾阴虚和肾阳虚，女性的话也有这种就是比较明显的那个吗？是什么？我有点忘掉。
女人的话就是 general 这些表现，就是没有我们列举的是男人的这些表现。女人的话就 general 去了这个就是女人的表现了。
OK。
那如果有 kidney yin deficiency 的话，女人的话，它有可能会影响到月经，也可能不会影响到月经。
那月经更多是脾的问题哈。
更多是 liver 的问题，更多是 blood 的问题。女人是。
OK。那好像那个白带好像也有讲，就是黄啊，或者说是多啊什么的，还是跟 kidney 有关系的。
那个也不是和 kidney 有关系，那个还是和比如说和 dampness 有关系，或者和 spleen 有关系，和带脉 belt vessel 有关系。如果是女人的话，这个
OK
妇科对妇科的时候我们会详细讲。
OK，好的，谢谢。
这就是男怕伤肾，女怕伤肝，
是这样。
是吧？基本上是这么说。
Okay, so 这只是一个generally like we talk about for men who have like more obvious manifestations. For women, this is not this one. The rest manifestation could happen to women. Okay. So kidney yin fielding to nourish the body, to nourish the kidney yin. Let's see, backshoe point. CV4 if just the needle, right? Just the needle. That's for yin. That's for yin. That's for yin. Kidney 10. So this one, that's the Hersey point, right? Hersey point is still good for the kidney. 阴骨 3焦 for the yin. Yeah, so many points for the yin and for the kidney. Okay, so that's kidney. Let's see this one. Yeah, take a look at this one. Analyze this case.
56.
Okay.
Consumptive.
Consumptive disease. Yep. So
The blood.
that's
Heart.
which organ? Which organ?
Heart.
Heart. Heart palpitations. Right. Let's see palpitations.
Sweating.
Heart what?
Blood.
Heart blood?
I think maybe heart yang deficiency.
Okay.
Heart young? Okay, heart blood or heart young? Any
Yeah.
other students? What do you think?
Heart young.
Because the cold limbs.
Harmade Wu? What do you think?
Heart OC. Heart.
Yeah, heart. Yeah, heart yin, heart yang,
Heart yang deficiency.
heart yang deficiency. Okay. Harmade. Harmade not here. Still thinking about it. Okay. Let's see. Spontaneous sweating. When you say spontaneous sweating, lassitude.
Qi deficiency.
Or that's qi deficiency, right?
Qi. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, not finished yet. Preference for lying down in bed, cardiac chest stuffiness. If the cardiac chest, that's the heart, right? And the pain. Where's the pain? Cold limbs, pale complexion, pale and dark purple blood, purple tongue, and thready and weak or deep, slow pause. So for sure, that's a deficiency, right? Deficiency. And a slow pause, slow pause. Why is it slow?
Cold. Internal cold.
Because it's deficiency. That the blood not enough.
Deficiency depends. Deficiency
And
could be thready, could be weak, right? Deficient pause, not strong. When you touch the pause, it's very weak pause. But
you have here DP and the slow. And that is
Slow is cold.
is very, very slow.
very, very weak pause. That's a feeble pause.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a feeble pause. Slow. Think about slow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a cold. Especially
internal cold.
Yeah, deficient cold or static cold.
Yeah.
Deficient cold. Right, deficient cold. 8th principle. Interior. deficient cold, right? Deep interior. And slow, that's deficient cold. How about excessive cold? If excessive cold, what pause?
Tight.
Yeah, tight pause. Okay, tight. So this one, from this pause, deep and slow. And we know that's hard. So together we'll hard, deficient cold. What deficient cold? In other words, that's yang deficiency. So together will be hard.
Yeah.
Hard yang deficiency, right? Yang deficiency. Okay. So let's see any other cold names. And there's a pen. And there's a purple. If it is a purple,
It's blood base.
blood stasis. Yeah. Usually if you see purple color, that means there's blood stasis. And this could explain the pen.
And the pen also.
Yeah. So there could be because blood stasis, then the qi and blood that will be cannot nourish the heart, then there's pain. Right. So think about why this patient has blood stasis. Blood stasis is a pathological product. Remember what's pathological products? Pathological products.
Qi.
Yeah, right. You're right. It could be qi stagnation, then there's blood stasis, right? And it could be because
Blood.
blood cold, then there's blood stasis, or blood heat, then blood stasis, or there could be qi deficiency. There's blood stasis. So for blood stasis, could be qi stagnation, could be blood cold, could be blood heat, could be qi deficiency. Right? For here, which situation?
Here the blood stasis.
Defense.
So that's because of qi stagnation or blood cold or blood heat or qi
Because
deficiency.
it's called
Qi
because the
defense.
purple, this is blood stasis and the pain also like pain.
Yeah, the purple and the pen means could be there's blood stasis. And for blood stasis, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, could be 4 reasons. And for here, because slow pulse, deficient cold.
So qi deficient.
That's
blood
the cold, right? That could be the cold. Cold, then there's blood stasis, right? See, slow pulse, that's cold. That's the blood cold.
哎，
So
老
for,
师，这个是不是就叫寒凝血滞啊？
right. And also we can think about the cold nature. When we study the 6 climatic pathogens, the cold, right? Cold is yin nature and it's stagnation, contraction, right? Contraction, stagnation. That means it's easy to make the blood stagnated somewhere. If the blood stagnated somewhere, that's blood stasis. So that's cold nature. Cold has this nature, has this ability. Right. But here, our diagnosis cannot be blood stasis. Our diagnosis still that's hard ion deficiency. There's deficient cold. Because this blood stasis, that's the byproduct of ion deficiency or deficient cold. Byproduct. The root, the nature, the root still be hard ion deficiency or deficient cold.
老师啊，这个如果再发展下去，是不是比如说变色脉或者结脉那样子的话，就是像血瘀院那样子的，再延下去。
Right. If it could get worse, yeah, patient will have like severe cardiac pain. Could have choppy pulse, right? Noted pulse, intermittent pulse.
他那个舌底是不是也会更怒张那样子？就是那个那个舌底静脉就会更大哈。
Yes, the sublingual one will be thicker and will be darker, like darker purple, darker blue, and even longer, thicker, longer, even darker color. Sublingual vein, that's the two veins under the tongue.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the ion deficiency, hard ion deficiency, failing to push the flow of blood. So translate, if you like, in other words, to see this one, what happened here? What syndrome? Well, now what happened here? Let's see. Hard ion failing to push the flow of the blood. Failing means cannot. Hard ion cannot make the blood flow. What's this? Blood cannot flow, stay somewhere.
Blood stasis.
Yes, right. Actually, that's here talk about the blood stasis. Right. It's like translate this word to know what exactly they're talking about. Yeah. Here actually talking about the blood stasis. Why is it purple? Right? Why there's pain? That's because hard ion deficiency, hard ion failing cannot push the flow of the blood. And also don't forget this equation. Ion deficiency equal Qi deficiency manifestations and some cold manifestations. See here, we know that's ion deficiency, right? Ion deficiency. First, it should have some Qi deficiency, right? See that here, there's a Qi deficiency, some cold signs, cold limbs, slow pulse, that's the cold. So these two together, you see the Qi deficiency, you see the cold signs, that's the ion deficiency. To supplement the Qi and a warm yang, use hard 5 for hard Qi, PC6, actual point, CV17, circulated Qi, Qi high, CV6, 25 Qi, 大椎 GV14, why use GV14? I will not use GV14. So those points are good. Okay. So this consumptive disease, that's a very good disease for us to review the deficient syndrome of each organ. Actually, we are using it to review diagnostic to the organ syndrome differentiation, right? So we reviewed the Qi deficiency, blood deficiency, yin deficiency. Now we are reviewing the yang deficiency. Yeah, that's diagnostic too. This part. We'll continue next class. Okay. And have a good night, everyone.